speed race, CB speed race, hop in the range, take off into space.
Hey guys, it's cbgray coming to you guys live with another Destiny video. How are you guys doing today? So today's video, guys, we have a lot to talk about, and the topic today is going to be the new raid that's called the Scourge of the Past. But before we get started, I wanted to give another huge thank you for all the support on the channel, for all the views that have been accumulating on the last few videos. I just really want to take a quick second to say thank you, and that if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to keep smashing that like button, as it supports the channel more, as you know, and I love you guys a lot for it, so thank you. So let's get into the video. So we all know that season 5 is now live, and we all know that Black Armory is coming out on Tuesday, and so with that comes a new raid, or is it a raid lair? Now there's been a little bit of back and forth on it, which we're about to clear up before we go into all of the armor and some of the other cosmetics that are going to be available with the raid. So let's start off with addressing that question. So is the Scourge of the Past a raid lair, or is it a raid? And so we'll start off in the comments section of my previous video, which happened to be about a huge new leak trailer that did come out, and if you didn't get to watch that, I'll leave a card in the top right corners that you guys can check out if you haven't checked out that video yet. I strongly suggest it if you don't care about spoilers. But Shadestep said, spoiler, the new raid lair is called Scourge from the Past. And so I responded to him and said, Shadestep, not a raid lair, smiley face. I don't know why I added that, but I did. And then he said, I said a raid lair because of this. And so that took me to the Light GG database that I'm actually pulling all my information from anyway, so it's kind of funny that he referred to it. And he was right in the sense that it says under the emblem tracker, tracks number of completions for the raid lair, Scourge of the Past. So it's pretty clear there that it says raid lair. And I had been expecting for it to be a raid lair, but Cosmo had changed my mind on that when Shiro4 said, is it a raid lair or raid? Lots of people are asking. And then Cosmo went on to say raid. And then Shiro said, thanks Cosmo, that's what I was telling people, just wanted to make sure. And then he got one more question where it said, hey Cosmo, I didn't hear lair when the new raid was referenced. Can we expect the new raid to be a bit longer and more self-contained than the previous lairs? And then Cosmo went on to say, yes, not as big as Last Wish, but larger than the lairs. So that should put things into perspective, guys, because Argos was essentially a strike, and I don't want it to be a short experience. I do want it to be something at least comparable to Last Wish, and I think we actually are going to get our wish. No pun intended. And so the devs at Bungie actually compared this raid to Wrath of the Machine, and it's actually cool that it's in the city, on Earth obviously, in a part of the city that we've never been to before, and it was compared to, of all raids, Wrath of the Machine. And they said it's going to be a very fast-paced experience, and that really excites me because I really like the Vossic encounter. Siege Engine's probably one of my favorite encounters in just raid history, and the whole Axis mechanic was also cool. But don't take my word for it, let's hear what the devs had to say real quick.
We pursue to get more powerful to go into the raid.
We're gonna mix it up. We're gonna go in the city. Like, we've never done anything like that before, and it's awesome.
And you drop straight into this old part of the city that you haven't ever been in because it's been off limits.
It's about the unexpected. It's got vehicles. It's different in a very refreshing way.
It's a throwback to Wrath of the Machine style combat. It's much more focused on high action, high adrenaline.
Keep the throttle pegged. That would be my my advice.
And so guys, it's time to get to the part of the video that I know a lot of you are waiting for, and I apologize for getting all that preliminary information out of the way at the beginning, and I'm already envisioning the comments that'll say the video starts at 4 minutes, and I'm sorry we had to get that out of the way, but it's time to get going. So the new armor pieces, as you guys can see, has a red color scheme similar to Wrath of the Machine in terms of it being red, and we're going to start off with the Titan because Titan Master Race, except for Forsaken because of reasons. Alright, so the helmet piece is called BULLETSMITH'S HELM, and so it says our forges will be the state of the art, delivering Black Armory weapons all over the solar system. H. Rasmussen. And so this is a name that we're going to be seeing a lot of, guys, so just get accustomed to that name. And so the arm pieces are called the BULLETSMITH'S Gauntlets, and so you're already kind of seeing the theme here. And it says we have an opportunity to change the world. The Black Armory has tools and solution that nobody else is even considering. Spoken by the same person. The chest piece is called the BULLETSMITH Iron Plate, excuse me. It's not enough what we've built. The Black Armory can be bigger, better. It will be. It has to be. And then we move on to the boots, guys. The BULLETSMITH'S Iron Greaves. and it says their tools of war could be put to better use. The armory has the ideas, they have the technology, seems like a perfect match. And then lastly we have the mark, guys, and the mark says, well, first let's get the name, BULLETSMITH'S Iron Mark, and humanity will need protection, the Black Armory will provide. H. Rasmussen. And I'm assuming we're gonna learn a lot more about this character, at least I'm hoping that we're gonna get a whole lot of lore as we're going through this raid. So let's go right into the Hunter next. And so we're going to start off with the Hunter helmet called the BLADESMITH'S Memory Mask. It says the Black Armory celebrates who we are, who we all are. We design all our gear after our traditions. They carry our legacy. Why Satu? And I just want to let you guys know, if I mess up any pronunciations, just know that it's because of this YouTube site and not me. I wasn't sure on how to pronounce a couple of these, and I just looked on YouTube like I do with everything else. So blame them, not me. I don't know how to speak. You guys know this. And so moving on, we have the BLADESMITH'S memory grips, which are the arm pieces, and it says tradition binds us. It keeps us in line. It's the foundation of family, and the Black Armory is a family. And so moving on, we have the chest that says the BLADESMITH'S memory vest. My mother always did her best to preserve our traditions, despite the world's best attempts to destroy them. It's a little deep, it's upsetting. And so next is the BLADESMITH'S memory strides. Humanity deserves to be seen as they truly are, to not allow their heritage to be forgotten. Lastly, guys, we have the cloak, and that's called the BLADESMITH'S memory cloak. We hold on to our traditions like memories. They define us, they remind us of those we've lost. Why Satu? And I really like the way the Hunter stuff looks, guys. I really am excited to not only get my Titan set, but to get these other sets as well. And at the end, make sure to let me know what you guys are thinking about this. I know we still have the Warlock to do, but I just wanted to take a quick second to just throw in my opinion that I do really like the way these look. And I'm excited to hopefully see some great raid perks in the future. So let's keep moving on. So lastly, we have our Warlock, and we're going to start off with the helmet, obviously, and it's called the GUNSMITH'S Devotion Crown. And it says the human condition pushes us, moves us. We fight because we love. We die because we love. H. Mayren. And so moving on from there, we have the arm pieces, and that's called the GUNSMITH'S Devotion Gloves. What we did for humanity, for family. It's interesting that we keep hearing this trend and this theme of humanity. It almost sounds like Attack on Titan, but I do really like it. And so moving on, we have the GUNSMITH'S Devotion Robes. Black market arms aren't a particularly popular subject for obvious reasons. Some nights I lie in bed wondering if we're doing the right thing at all. One thing I can say, guys, is I really do love these descriptions, and they're already making me excited for the raid. And so the boots are called the GUNSMITH'S Devotion Boots. They came for us. We were not prepared, despite our best attempts. So I wonder who it was that came for them. I'm sure we'll know by the time the raid comes out. And so lastly, we have the bond, the GUNSMITH'S Devotion Bond. First the traveler, and then what? What follows in its wake? We must be prepared. And this just really has me excited, guys. I don't know what's coming, but all I know is that I want to get in this raid. Reading these armor descriptions really have me hyped. More hyped than I think I've been for any armor descriptions, at least in Destiny 2. I can't speak for Destiny 1 because I really like all of the armor in Destiny 1, but in Destiny 2, just off reading these, they make me excited. And so lastly, guys, I want to go over 2 cosmetics that also are going to be available. First, the emblem that I kind of showed at the beginning, called the Recovered Memories, and it's a legendary emblem, and it tracks the number of completions for the raid lair, it says, but we already went over that it's a raid, Scourge of the Past, and then it shows the previews of it in the Fireteam list and also in the character menu. So let me know what you guys think of the way that looks. And then lastly, we have a classified Sparrow, guys, and it's called Always on Time. It's an exotic, and it says every second counts, found in the Scourge of the Past raid lair, which it says again. I'm assuming they didn't really know when they were developing this whether or not they were doing a raid or a raid lair, and they might have came to a decision right around crunch time, and that's just my guess. But ultimately, guys, what do you think about these armor sets? What do you think about the cosmetics? And what do you think about the description of the raid being in the city, on Earth, and being something similar to Wrath of the Machine. I want to know your opinions on all of these things. I know I'm asking a lot, but get in the comment box below. Let me know what you think about all the topics that I just mentioned. Let me know if you like the way the gear looks, and let me know what you're excited for the most. Ultimately, guys, if this video was helpful, definitely make sure to leave it a like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, as it helps the channel more than you guys know. Another huge thank you for everything. I love each and every one of you guys, and with that, I'm going to talk to you guys in the next Destiny video. Thanks, I love you guys.
Destructive dish just like I'm Krillin, yeah. I'm presidential like I'm Reagan, yeah. I'm outer space, it's Armageddon, yeah. And take a ship above the heavens, yeah. We in outer space, take a trip above the heavens.